There's some instructions on the first phase, and we're going to start on the customer segmentation criteria. Now you can see you've got 6 columns here, criteria 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. You can rename them if you want, which we will do based on the information that we're going to put in. So we're going to imagine we're a clothing retailer targeting young adults interested in sustainable fashion. Some of the characteristics we might look at, we might be interested in age group, for example. So we're going to pop age group up the top here. The age groups that we're interested in are Gen Z and millennials. Next criteria might be lifestyle. So what lifestyle choices drive their purchasing decisions? Okay, so we've got some lifestyle choices we'll pop in. The next criteria is shopping habits. So where do they buy their clothes from? Are they an online shopper, brick and mortar shopper, or a brand loyalist? Let's pop those in there. And the next criteria we have are values. So what is their main driving value? Is it sustainability, ethical production, or social responsibility? Let's pop those in. Finally, we're only going to go with 5. For this one, we're going to look at interests. So what are their main interests outside of clothing? Music festivals, travel, environmental activism as a couple of options there. So let's pop those in. Okay, so we're not going to put in a criteria 6 just for time. In these examples as well, we've only given 2 or 3 options. You can have as many options as you need in your particular segment. It's really about trying to get the depth. The tool is only set up for 6 criteria though, so you can't have more than 6 criteria. Okay, so the next in the process, we're going to rate the customer characteristics. Now, what the tool has done is it's taken all the information on this sheet, put it into a nice little table for you. So it lists out the factor, the different area, and then you've got the options to put in information about market size, likelihood to pay for value, and ease of accessibility. You've also got the rating scale there as well. You don't have to put anything in for rationale, but I do find it useful just to put some notes in there to help you understand why you've given stuff the rating that you've given. So I'll pre-populate this information just so you can get an idea of what it can look like. And we'll talk you through a couple. So as you can see, each of the options has a different rating. So for example, we looked at the Gen Z age group. Now, we've given it a high market size, a medium likelihood to pay for value, and a medium ease of accessibility. The rationale for that: so there's a large population, but they've only got limited disposable income. They've got a high online presence and social media engagement, but they're moderately difficult to reach through traditional channels. So as you can see, there's a rationale for each of these. Take your time with this. It's super important to get through this in a way that makes sense to you and to your target audience and your market. So you're going to take each area and look at, okay, what is the market size for millennials? What is the market size for eco-conscious lifestyle choices, fashion-forward lifestyle choices, etc., 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 all the way through until you've completed all of it. So what the tool is doing as you're inputting the information is it's coming up with every single possible combination of your different customer segment characteristics. So if we look in auto scoring, this is just a view, you don't need to change anything here, but it just gives you an idea. So every single combination is available here. So we've got Gen Z, eco-conscious, let's expand this, online shopper who values sustainability and is interested in music festivals. And it's scoring based on each of those, all of the customer characteristic ratings we put in the previous tab. It's actually giving that individual group a score. Now the market size is taken as it is as its value. As I mentioned in the earlier, the pay for value and the accessibility scores are weighted heavier because they're more important. So that's why you get a larger total. So every single combination of options is here. So next option, Gen Z, eco-conscious, online shopper, sustainability but interested in travel. Third option, same options but interested in environmental activism. Next group down, eco-conscious, online shopper, ethical production but interested in music festivals. So you can see how we do that. So we've actually got, if we count these all up, we've got 162 different options. Obviously, the more characteristic options you have, the more options it generates, and it's scoring each of those. The final step in the process is the tool looks at the total scores and pulls out your top 5 segments. So this then helps you understand, okay, out of all of the combinations of all the characteristics of our customers that we have, what are the top 5 segments that are worth looking at? So this is telling us, based on the information that's been put in, the groups that will be most interested in purchasing from us and are going to be easier to access are these groups. So millennials who have a fashion-forward lifestyle, brand loyalists, so they're fiercely devoted to the brand, a range of different values, range of different interests, mainly music festivals and travel. These are the highest scoring ones. So what you'll then be doing from here is choosing one of these groups. So this is where it gets difficult. The tool can't tell you which one to choose. Sometimes, on occasions, you'll actually have areas which will have a much higher score than others in your top 5. That makes it a little bit easier, but here you can see the total score is the same for each of these groups. You've got to go with your gut feel, or based on any other information you can provide, speaking with your existing customers, business partners, your team. Which of these groups out of the top 5 are you going to take the time to build your customer persona on? So the first 2 steps, the segmentation criteria and the rating customer characteristics, this is where the majority of the work that you'll need to put in goes into. Once you've done that, automatically behind the scenes, everything gets scored and your top 5 segments are revealed. So it's a really, really useful tool to help you logically and with a level of objectivity go through the process of analysing lots of different customer segments in a relatively short space of time.